Chef Buck here, and today we're going to cook up some store-bought mole. Store-bought mole. Oh, it sounds so good. Come on down here, camera girl, and look at our store-bought mole. Although we didn't get this one at the store, we got this at the public mercado. You know, it was a place that had them lined up in buckets. And these we just got at a regular old grocery store. I don't know if you can get these online. If these are on Amazon, I'll put some affiliate links down below for mole if you want to check out prices online. But we've been eating a lot of mole. But first off, let me say what a mole is. Mole is not a mole that is in your garden. A mole is a sauce. It's like a brown, thick, rich sauce, almost like a gravy. And they serve it with all kinds of stuff here in Mexico. We've been getting it in restaurants, and it's so fantastic. Maybe they're using the 5-gallon bucket mole, I don't know. But we're gonna try it at home today. I roasted up some peppers, boom, 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 on the stove top, and we got a little bit of eggplant that I've fried. But we've been having mole out, and it's been mostly with chicken. And I think that meat adds it's a good combination. We made a vegetable mole here at home the other day using this here. It was okay, but I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know, chicken and mole, I really like that combination. But we got 3 different kinds here. Now this one here is already a liquid. I'm just gonna heat this up in the skillet, but these are pastes, and I'm gonna have to add water to them. You know, they all look kind of chocolatey, but I don't want it to taste like chocolate, so I'm not...
No, we're not. That's not what we're going for. We've had some that had a lot of depth of flavor. Depth of flavor,
but it don't need to taste like chocolate, so I'm nervous about this word chocolate.
Chocolate goes in a lot of mole.
And then this one is just mole, la costeña. This is Doña Maria.
Very cool.
And this is Bago mole. Let's see, this top looks a little tricky. Camera girl said just use a bottle opener. Oops. And the bottle opener just went inside the hoop-de-hoop. So let me try to use less power if that's possible. I'm gonna have to use some kind of science to do this, I think. Is there an easier way to do this? Boom, 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 look at that. Yeah, it's a very thick paste. And I'm not surprised. The #1 ingredient in this is sugar. So this is a paste. The #1 ingredient in this is water. So we're kind of in a new kitchen in an Airbnb, which is what we've been staying at in Mexico. And this is a great kitchen, but these are not great pans. Look at these pans. They're all scraped up and beat up, so I don't know if we're gonna survive using these pans.
But important to note, you're not augmenting, you're not adding
no.
Onion, garlic, you're adding nothing to these, which a lot of times people, when they use mole paste, they add to it. But so we just want to compare the basic flavors.
Yeah, you were saying that folks like to add broth to their mole when they're cooking it. We're just going to add some water. We're just going to keep it plain and simple, and whatever's in the jar is what we're going to get. So this here is the La Costeña. Boom, boom, and I'll put the Bago mole back here. Now, like I said, in that other paste, the main ingredient is sugar, and then in the Doña Maria, the main ingredient is water. I'm assuming that the main ingredient in this one is sugar as well, since it is very thick and pasty. But I think with moles, they also use nuts to make them thicker. But I'm going to add a little bit of water to each of these. Boom, 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 to make it kind of saucy. But you don't want it to be too liquidy, because a mole is like a gravy. It's not a watery sauce. It's a very thick sauce.
But you also want to make sure you don't burn it.
Let me get these smashed out and liquefied, and then we'll cook them down to the thickness that we like. Now this here almost looks like pudding. That sort of reminds me of a John Carpenter film. I actually really like the smell of this one. Although this is the chocolate one, this is the one I'm least excited about. Turn my heat down. Actually, I'm going to put all of these on low.
Yeah, you want to make sure, especially these big globs, don't burn.
So we'll get our moles reconstituted, and then we'll let them simmer away for a little bit. Let me grab another spoon out of here so I don't have any cross-contamination with my mole, so we can get an accurate read on the flavors. All right, so in the very back here, we've got the bag o' mole. This was a poblano pepper mole. This one right here is just the La Costeña mole, plain Jane mole. And then this over here is the chocolate mole. The mole de chocolate.
But it's also poblano.
Look how small the word poblano is. And look how big the word chocolate is. So that tells you something. What's the best mole that we've had so far in Mexico?
I think my favorite was one we had in Guadalajara, of all places at the Mercado. It just had so many layers of flavor. And I think that's why I picked the chocolate.
You just tasted a little bit of chocolate.
I tasted a lot of things, and I was surprised because it was just like a cafeteria style, not diner, but place to sit. It was fantastic. And then we also went somewhere else, and we had some that, to me, it was like barbecue sauce. Just didn't have the flavors.
You know, we thought about getting some stuff and making it from scratch, but then you have to cook it for a long time. It's a long process with a lot of different ingredients, and then you have to blend it down to this nice sauce. It just seemed like a lot of work for being in an Airbnb, because we've been going out and eating a lot out, and then we try to make simple foods here in the house while we're traveling.
You need to be an octopus.
This is as close as I get to multitasking. And this is like, you know, when you do this here, I can't, you know, what is that? Pat, or I don't know.
So to rub your tummy and pat your head.
I don't know. If I do it in the same direction, it's easier. Alrighty, so I'm just going to let these simmer away for a few minutes. Camera girl, go ahead and do a taste test of each of these. The first one is the La Costeña.
That's the lightest.
Mole.
You made it really thick. You know, it's got a little more heat than I thought. I thought they're all going to be bland, but you know, that's good. All right, this is the next one. This is the Bago Poblano mole that we got at the market, public market.
Oh, just take a bite. What are you licking that spoon like a cat?
I wasn't sure if it was hot.
Which one do you prefer?
You know, between the two, without any augmentation, this one.
Alrighty.
But again, this is without any augmentation, adding anything.
This is the chocolate. God, I can't put this in the video if you're going to lick the spoon like that. It's indecent.
I can taste the richness of the chocolate.
It tastes chocolatey? I'm not
just
excited about that.
Just a tiny bit. I think this one is my favorite.
Really?
Isn't that funny? That's the one you chose.
So I'll try this here. We haven't done anything to it other than reconstitute it. This is that one there. It's good. It's definitely got a little bit of a kick to it, but
yeah, which was nice.
It's not that spicy. I can't eat it. Now this is the bucket mole from the market.
The Bago mole.
This is smoother and milder, I think.
It is. You could do a lot with it, but by itself, if you're just in a hurry and you're like, I just want some mole.
I guess it's okay. I keep eating spoonful after spoonful. This one tastes kind of a little bit of a chocolatiness to it, I would say. Doesn't taste like chocolate, but now this is the one that has chocolate in the title.
Donna Maria. And it's also the Poblano.
Now I think this one is more chocolatey, which would kind of make sense. Now this one here is good, but this tastes too sweet. I like my savory to taste savory. So this is sweet, I don't know. This is the one that you liked best? I think this is the one I like best too. Because it does have a little bit of spice. And it is the least sweet of them all too.
So again, with no augmentation, because you can do a lot with any of these by augmenting them with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like you said, instead of adding water, you could add broth to this and change the flavor. Well, sure. Enhance the flavor, make it a little more complex, as they say in the biz. So I'm going to heat them up again, and then we'll put them on some different ingredients and have a little mole meal.
Let's eat!
Now, a lot of times when you see it served, when we get mole out at a restaurant, you know, they'll just have it plopped on a plate, just like this here. And then they'll throw like a piece of chicken or something on there. Boom. And I'm just going to throw a pepper that I roasted on there. And I'll top it with a little more mole. And even some raw poblano on there just for a little bit of a garnish. Look at that. And that's how you might see it in a restaurant. They just put the mole on the bottom plate, throw some food on it, and then top it with a little more mole.
I'm not going to do that traditional. I'm just going to put, like I would do with some gravies, I'm just going to smear it all over everything on my plate.
Alrighty, but you're getting the same kind of mole I got.
I know.
So I guess that says what we think about how we rank these moles. So I guess of the 3 moles that we cooked, we both chose to go with the La Costeña mole first. But that's all there is to it. If you want to get a pre-packaged mole, you can just heat it up and then serve it with chicken or roasted vegetables or whatever you like. Definitely the peppers that we've been buying at the market here in Mexico have been hotter than the peppers we usually buy at home.
Well, what do you think?
I think it works. Again, I don't think it's as good as the stuff we've had out in the restaurants.
No.
But I think at the restaurants, even if they're using like the kind of poblano mix that we get at the market, I'm sure they're augmenting it. You know, they're adding different ingredients, probably broth, you know, to enhance the flavor. But yeah, this is very easy to prepare, you know, if you want to use an instant mole mix. Like I said, if I can find some online, I'll put some links down below. Alright, so I just swamped my plate in more mole sauce.
Yes.
It's really good. You know, even for a store-bought. But it's ideal for us because we're in Airbnbs. It's hard for us to make complex stuff from scratch because we don't have a lot of ingredients around the house. And the food here in Mexico, it's just been so good. It's hard not to go out and eat it. But, you know, when we get settled down one of these days, I'm going to try to make a mole from scratch.
Ooh.
And if you try to make a mole from scratch, good luck. It's worth giving a go. If you don't want to fool around with it from scratch, you know, try one of these store-bought moles. But that's all there is to this video. You know, check out our Mexico videos on our travel website. And thanks for watching. Have some more mole information over at our website, myfoodchannel.com. Link down below. Thanks for liking, subscribing, blah, blah, blah. We'll see you in the future.